note. This is a spell. I think it's even... Yes! The fire spell! The most important spell of all to a mage! I finally have it! If it weren't so scary here, the library could be a really nice place. I think it once was. You don't see doilies anywhere else in the school. Empty. Everything that might once have been in there seems to be spread across the desk. Not sure this desk was meant for students. It might have belonged to the librarian. Looking at the tools, a large part of the work must have been the care and repair of books. I wonder if the books were always alive, or were they brought to life because of this place? And shouldn't books be terribly wise creatures? Why are the ones here so simple-minded? That's strange. The writing is very pale and fuzzy. It's almost as if... I have to get used to these living books. This wall, this arch, it looks like a door belongs here, but there's only a wall. The books have all retreated to the shelves. I don't know which ones attacked me. Listen, I won't hurt you. I've been looking for you. You and the library should come back to the school.
Make it go away!
It scares us.
But I won't hurt you. How can I prove that?
Go away! Go away!
Did you make the library disappear? Do you know how to make it reappear?
It should leave us alone.
Maybe we can help each other. One hand washes the other.
It wants to wash us, so the last bit of ink will blur. Oh!
No, talking isn't helping here. I just have to prove to them I'm their friend. I think the library goes even further up there. One can hardly see anything because it's so dark, and I don't see a ladder or a stairway that would lead up there. If the librarian wasn't some sort of monkey, I mean an ape, I don't know how he'd get up there. Oh, this book is in worse than poor condition. The glue has given up the ghost and now several pages are missing. Here's one of the pages. I'll take it with me. If I could repair the book, that might convince the other books that I mean them no harm. I would have to sew the missing pages together and then glue them to the book spine.
Dum-de-doodle-oo.
Huh? Do you know anything about book repair?
I know everything.
You have to sew the pages together, right? A few at a time.
Correct. The so-called quires.
And these quires are then glued to the book?
Correct. For which you need wheat starch paste.
I don't have any of that.
Alternatively, alchemically manufactured adhesives or some natural products, such as troll snot, can be used.
Troll snot?
Correct. Troll snot forms the basis of many industrial adhesives.
Thank you for this valuable and somewhat disgusting information. Cheers. Jelly glowfish usually only survive a few years if nobody looks after them. Perhaps the books fed them so they wouldn't have to live here in total darkness. Wouldn't that be terrible? To be locked in a library and not have enough light to read all the wonderful books around you. Another book page. I'll take it with me. If I would have to sew the missing pages together and then glue them to the book spine. Still missing a few pages, but if I'm lucky, I'll find them all and can save a book. Still missing a few... The journey through the fire network is anything but comfortable. You get sucked into a vortex, and then there are openings everywhere. But somehow I still came out in the right fireplace. 1 or 2 blank sheets of paper out of my notepad should be enough. My fire spell would turn the paper to ashes in seconds. I need a longer lasting fire for travel powder. I need wood for a fireplace, and instead of burning books or a shelf, I'd rather have something that no one seems to use. It would be better if the headmaster never finds out about this. Ignifaxius ignisfero. I'm slowly getting the hang of this.
What did it do?
It summoned the Red Devourer.
That was the last of the fireplace travel powder, but I think it was enough. Oh, hello.
Why have you always got to be in my face?
As you can see, I've swept the hall. Maybe you could collect the cleaning supplies.
You didn't sweep the hall, the broom did. You want to steal the credit, huh?
No, but...
The broom and I sweep everything here, and you want to reap the reward.
I have to go. Look here, isn't it pretty?
Ugly.
That's not true. Got it from my grandmother. It's an heirloom. And, wow, it means a lot to me.
Thank you for showing it to me.
Ha ha! I tricked you. I wanted your snot in the cloth.
Oh, wow. You're so great. Snot.
Not you. Excuse me, Headmaster Block.
Yes. Yeah.
I was in the library. It's fine, more or less.
Really? Where is it?
Well, it's not easy to get into. You just need a little bit of magic.
Unfortunately, that is unacceptable. The library is a room like every other room in this building, and it has to live with the fact that staff and students may want to enter it in the conventional manner. Through the door.
But how?
I do not care how. Get the room back, Professor. And then I can finally return this loose page to where it belongs.
I have some good news from the entrance hall. The fight against the dirt has been won.
Very well.
However, what is your position on enchanted items?
As long as they function properly and can be controlled, no problem.
Then there's one more little thing I still have to do. What I wanted... note you have there, it looks like a page from a book.
Yes, indeed. It's an incomplete travelogue. The traveller, apparently a researcher, speaks of a country called Laputa. The arts, sciences, languages, and crafts are revolutionary. Very exciting concepts, but unfortunately, the book is incomplete.
If you give me the page, I might be able to find the rest of the book for you.
Thank you. I'd like the whole story. I'm sure the tale will end well and will serve as a role model for us. Yeah, take it.
Ta! So, I'll get back to work then.
You do that. After all, you have already accomplished something.
Just one sheet missing. Once I have that, I can fix the poor book in the library, and hopefully the other books will accept me as a friend. This has to be the oldest shoe I've ever seen. It's so old it's even lost its ability to stink. That's strange. There's paper in the bottom of the shoe. Oh, maybe the shoe has a hole and the paper is supposed to protect the wearer from getting wet feet. The 7th sheet from the book. That means I have them all now. I could pull the thread through the hook at the end of the bone and use it as a kind of a needle. It worked! And I can even sew! Mum showed me while Dad was teaching Sydney how to weld. All right! Now I'll sew the 7 together. Done! A beautiful new choir for a book. All right, I'll smear a little troll snot along the spine. Ugh. And then I'll carefully glue the choir in. Done! As good as new. I attempted to rise, but was not able to stir. For, as I happened to lie on my back, I found my arms and legs were strongly fastened on each side to the ground. The same was the case with my very long and thick hair. I likewise felt several slender ligatures across my body, from my armpits to my thighs. I could only look upwards. The sun began to grow hot, and the light offended my eyes.
You can read me?
Well, of course. You are actually one of my favorite books.
Read on.
You mean you can?
Books cannot read. We have to be read. When no one reads us, our stories fade and we forget who we are.
Oh, that is so sad. I would love to help you all, but I've so much to do and I can't possibly read you all.
Reading books is ancient magic. You can travel to foreign places, the past and the future.
What does that mean?
There's always time for a good book.
Well, okay then. Who wants to go first?
Me, pick me.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. That was great! I'm going to repeat that as soon as possible. Well, how did I do? And how long was I gone?
Not long enough.
Those are the cobwebs the headmaster wants me to get rid of. Not only are there a lot of them, they're much too high for me. Excuse me, Headmaster Block.
Yes. Yes.
The library's back, and the entrance can be found, funnily enough, in the entrance hall.
Understood.
That was a job pretty well done, right?
Do you want praise every time you are successful in doing something for which you are paid?
Yes, please.
Do.
So,
You are doing amazingly well.
wow! It looks like this library has finally returned to life. What is this? Laws of Avantasia. Hello? Are you alive? You're not going to bite my finger off if I open you, right? In Bracken, men are forbidden by law from giving their wives a nasty look on Sundays. In Belzane, women are forbidden to wear fake moustaches if said wearing could incite temple visitors to laughter. Strange laws. What else have our legislators come up with? In Shindula, men and women over 18 years are prohibited by law from opening their mouths while smiling if doing so would reveal more than one missing tooth. Oh, come on. No one could really come up with this stuff. These are the silliest laws I've ever heard of. In Seastone, public employees under 1.5 meters in height are not allowed to work at heights of more than 3 meters. I take it all back. This book is coming with me. Excuse me, Headmaster Block.
Yes. Yeah.
Headmaster, have a look at this.
What do you have?
Heaps of old laws and regulations.
Indeed. Fantastic.
Do you think they're still valid?
But of course. As long as the law was not formally repealed, it has the same validity as the day it was adopted.
One of the laws says that government employees under 1.5 meters in height are not allowed to work at heights of more than 3 meters.
Veritably.
And yet you want me to remove the cobwebs in the hall, the cobwebs on the 5-meter high ceiling.
Oh, of course. Professor Weathervane, I wish to formally apologize. I should not have asked you to perform such a task. I did not know the law.
Ignorance is no excuse, but I forgive you. Can we then consider the task of removing the cobwebs as off the list?
But of course. Please, leave the book here with me. An old code of laws can be of great help in building a new order.
So,
You are doing amazingly well.
a great team. I didn't read all of the books. Once I got started, many of the books remembered their texts. It was as if they were awakening from a long sleep. I only had to read a few sentences, and they were able to remember who they were again. The text came back black as coal and crisp, and they began to quote from their contents. All at once. It was fantastic. Hello, friends.
He who from the world retires, void of hate is blessed. Who a friend's true love inspires, leaning on his breast.
Ah, very nice.
Wilbur, friend of books, has returned. Hail to our king!
Come on, I didn't do that much.
It is a kingly act to assist the fallen.
You seem to all be doing well again.
Oh, we have so many stories to tell, so much knowledge to share.
Tomorrow, I'll bring my students here. They could use a few good books.
And we could use them.
At last, the door to the library's reappeared. Things are going to get a lot livelier around here.
Oh, let's hope so. We don't want the library to be so ashamed of us that it hides again.
Is that why it disappeared?
Philosophy books that canna hold a thought. Dictionaries almost speechless. Travel books that have lost their way. We were not a collection one could be proud of.
You said earlier that you need the students. What for?
You experienced it yourself. Books that are no longer read lose their power. They fade, they're forgotten. Our ideas and our knowledge only stay alive for as long as we're read.
Are all you books alive, then?
No, even here there are books that cannot emanate magic. Some books stay dead, no matter how often you read them.
Oh, I had a math book in school once. It was just like that.
I can imagine.
I've got to go. Lots to do. Ta-da.
Goodbye, Wilbur, and take time for a good book.
Whatever. Oh, what happened to these books?
A sad story. Their fate was sealed by the leaky roof.
Well, maybe I can fix them.
It's too late for that.
Correct. That's why we should help them before they're destroyed.
Oh, no, not this again.
We've already been through all this. The book friend hasn't got time for silliness.
Time is irrelevant. You are irrelevant.
The books are ruined, and there's nothing we can do to change that.
Hello?
Wilbur, I've been waiting for you for a long time.
You've been waiting for me.
Of course, for many years, since way back then.
But I don't think I've ever seen you before.
You didn't.
Of course you have. Many years in the past. It just hasn't happened yet.
Who are you?
Call me Emmett. Emmett, the Book of Time Travel.
Alternatively, Emmett the Scatterbrain.
I know everything there is to know about time travel.
Captain Nate travelled back in time. He had an amulet from the Archmage.
But our bewildered friend here thinks you can just zip around the time stream without the use of any magic at all.
Just into the past. The future isn't written yet. Have you never heard of the word paradox? Eh?
If it were possible, we could save those poor books from being soaked through. And how exactly does this all work? Time travel without magic, I mean.
Why, how all journeys with books work. You read about a time, imagine it, and then, great Scott, you're there.
Hey presto, tra-la-la. It's that simple.
Precisely. If it didn't work, I wouldn't be telling you about it.
It can't hurt to try. Send me to the past.
Are you absolutely certain? The past is a strange place.
Tell me about it.
Well, listen. And the world was the same, and yet different.
What is this? books are still rotten. I mean, already rotten. I haven't gone back far enough. The fire looks quite strange. The flames dance so evenly, and there's no smoke. Hello? Can you still talk?
What do you mean, still?
We've always been able to speak. We are living books. And you are?
Wilbur, from the future.
Naturally.